Hi, it's July 16th, 2020. I'm Scott Johnson, and you're watching Frogpants Plays Daily. So, I got news. I think I'm sold on the Super Paper Mario, the Origami King business over Shishima, which comes out the same day. And I think I've done that based on a couple of factors. One, the reviews that I've read for the Mario game sound like it's going to be something I want to play, and I'm going to want to spend a bunch of time in. And the other one sounds like kind of an also-ran open world game that's very pretty. So I want to play that, but I don't want to play that right away. Okay? I'm going to put that off a little bit. I'm going to go over here and I'm going to mess around with Paper Mario for a while. All right? The decision's been made. Tell me in the comments why you think I'm wrong. Kicking off the news today, Sony is increasing PlayStation 5 console production for launch window by double. A new report from the Nikkei Asian Review has some interesting details on the PlayStation 5. According to the site, they have sources that are claiming Sony is significantly increasing its shipment projection for the next generation console. This comes after a report from April saying that PlayStation 5's launch supply could be lower than the PlayStation 4, but now that apparently will not be the case. The company has increased its production order from 6 million units to 9 million units, although the window of time for their production was not mentioned in the report. All right, so here's what I think. I think Sony's more and more confident with their launch plans for a couple of reasons. I think there's a lot of really good word of mouth going on. I think they're tapping into that and understanding where people's heads are at. I think they have a lot of momentum coming off of some really great exclusive games toward the end of the life cycle of the PS4, continued strength of the platform. Maybe Microsoft changes this with their big next stream next week, whenever it is. But it needs to be enough to really knock them off their pedestal, because right now I think they're confident, and I think I agree with this, at least for now. They kind of have a strong leadership lead up into the new console generation, and I think they're feeling very confident about that. I also think this could be a thing that's at play. Sony knows that a lot of people didn't go on vacations this year, saved a bunch of money on travel and other things they may have planned to do with their summers and their springs, and know that they're going to possibly have some money left over at the end of the year when we may be having a second or a 2.5 version of COVID happening, and people are going to want to settle in again. It's the winter. What are they going to do? They're going to take some of that money they saved in the summer and maybe spend a little bit of it on a new console. So I think they're counting on that, and I think they're probably right to count on that. The truth is that console will sell way more than its initial production anyway in the lifetime of the console, so go ahead and do 10 now. 10 million. Put them on shelves. You'll sell through them. You probably still have a hard time keeping track of them. And you know what else? They've been paying attention over the last few months. Guess what you couldn't get at all? Nintendo Switches. They were impossible. Production was just like, oh, there are a few more at Best Buy. Gone. Okay, we got a couple on Amazon. Okay, gone. They were just gone all the time. Sony knows there's a hunger for this stuff. They're ready to pounce on it. I think they're probably going to do quite well. So will Microsoft, by the way. And part of this is also Sony saying, well, let's make sure we have enough in the pipeline that we're not leaving big gaps of, we're out of PlayStation 5s, but there are plenty of Xbox Series X's available, and then you kind of shift sales over to Microsoft that may have been yours in the first place. That's my take. Speaking of Sony, we have a look at what the game box art will look like. So when they sell the game, what the box is going to look like. You know the box. You've seen the box. Anyway, Sony's officially unveiled what the PS5 boxes are going to look like, and they don't differ that drastically from the PlayStation 4 art, but sport a white strip at the top that should make them easy to spot on your shelves when you've got the two mixed together, or if you're in a store or something and you've got a PS4 title next to a PlayStation 5 title. This will be a great way to tell those two things apart. I think it's a good idea. Don't want to confuse consumers, but I was also kind of hoping for, a more drastic change. But what are you going to do? What is that now? Like how much packaging change can we go through in our lifetimes when it comes to games? Plus, I get everything digitally, so I personally don't care anyway. But still, I don't know. I always like to see what the new designs are because I'm like, oh yeah, hot new thing. It's like a new design. It's smaller, thinner, fatter, bigger, whatever. And that's not so much happening this time. Also, I wonder what the production of physical versus digital will be this console cycle, because here's a cycle where they're starting out with a digital-only version of the console. We don't know prices yet, but one would assume enough of a discount over the optical disc-enabled machine that people will save enough money to want to go do that. And enough people are getting their games digitally now that this makes sense. Like, what does that look like in actual raw production change this cycle versus last? I think it might be massive. Tom Holland is still going to be in that Uncharted movie, and apparently that thing has begun filming. Long in development, Uncharted movie. Been in there forever. It's apparently begun filming, if a recent post from one of the main cast is to be believed, over Instagram. Spider-Man Far From Home actor Tom Holland is also, in the Avengers and all that. You know this guy. Anyway, posted an image of what looks like a black piece of cloth with the word Nate emblazoned on it in red. Holland captioned the post with Day One and then the hashtag Uncharted, seemingly confirming that the movie is finally underway. I think it's about time. I think this will be the time it sticks and we finally get the movie. That'll be great. So hurry up and do it. This has been in development hell for a real long time. And I think it can be done well. And I like Tom Holland a lot. And I think the current director and crew are cool. So let's make this happen and make it good. We don't know anything about the plot except that he's probably going to play a younger version of Nathan Drake. And it'll probably deal with his time, like maybe meeting Sully for the first time and Sully sort of showing him the ropes on how to be a good Tomb Raider. Here's my only request. Please make the shooting in the movie better than the shooting in the game. Ooh, rough cut right there. Rough. No, that's a deep burn. Nope. Hot burn. I gave him a hot burn. Email. We got an email, and this one came from Buttered Ham. He says, "Hey, Scott, quick question. What is your go-to chill-out game right now, and why?" Well, that's an easy answer. The one right now that I go to and chill out with is a game called Ancient Enemy, a roguelike / RPG hybrid solitaire game that feels a little bit like Solitarica, if you even know what that game is. Came out a couple years ago. There's a little bit of that in there. The vibe is also very similar to older puzzle games where you just kind of chill. The battle system is turn-based, and you're basically playing a kind of a variation of Solitaire, and at the same time, you got special cards that do special things. I find this game to be super cathartic, and I just get kind of captured in it, and I love it. So, high recommendation from me. If you're looking for a chill, sit down and play a game, right now only on PC, probably headed to phones and tablets at some point, and probably end up on Mac and other things, but right now you can only get it on PC. I got it on Steam. It's Ancient Enemy, and it's awesome. If you want to send your messages in, it's easy. Scott@frogpants.com, or leave a comment below. And now of little consequence. So here's some really bad CG of a guy flipping his tongue around. Enjoy. That's going to do it for me. Thank you all for being here. If you like what you see, think about supporting me over at patreon.com/frogpants. If you want to contact me, Scott@frogpants.com. Frogpantsplays.com is the website. If you're looking for old episodes, information, all that stuff, it's all right there. Frogpantsplays.com. That's going to do it for me and for you. We'll see you Monday. It's July 16th. I'm Scott Johnson, and you're watching Frog Pants. Oh my gosh, I can't talk.